Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be doing a video I'm very excited about, Jenks.
Me too.
We're doing 5 picks of the most disgusting movies ever made. Now, I love disgusting movies.
Yes.
It's one of my favourite, if you can call it a subgenre. Whatever it is, I'm there for it. If I know a movie is going to be rough, if it's going to make me feel sick, I am down for any movie that makes me feel that way. But Jenks, if you want to kick off with your first pick.
Yeah, you're at a very unfair advantage because every single film in your collection is fucking disgusting. And you've got
80%. 80%.
And what's worse, you've got multiple copies of your disgusting films.
Well, I almost picked Street Trash, but I thought, we've spoke about it enough.
Yeah.
I'll give it a break. But
Yes.
Street Trash was almost a choice.
Right, yes. So, my first pick is a film I only watched last Christmas and is recommended by you. It's the Taiwanese movie called The Sadness. Don't know what the Taiwanese title is. I didn't even research it.
What a time to savour as well for Christmas.
I know, it's a very festive film if you've seen it. It's The Sadness. It's a zombie movie with a difference. Some would say it's a worse scenario because these zombies, it's like a virus that affects you. And it's not like they're not dead. It's a bit like 28 Days Later, where it's like a virus that's made them aggressive. But what's worse, it's made them sadistic.
Yes.
So they're not like shambling around zombies or even fast zombies with one objective. These zombies, the virus kind of affects the brain and makes the most sadistic fantasies. Everything's worse. And there's the violence in this is horrendous. Okay. There's a scene at the start where somebody gets infected and they're in like a cafe and there's like deep fat fryer and he covers the guy's face with boiling hot fat and then pulls on his skin and all his skin comes off. It's such a good effect for such a low budget movie. It's so disgusting and it's a perfect fit for this video. And you've got another scene. I won't go into all the scenes because pretty much every scene is disgusting. But there's a scene with a girl, she got a missing eye and a horny guy. That's all I'm going to say. Enough said. I don't want to be more graphic than that. But yeah, you recommended this to me and it was a good shout by you. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you might enjoy this one because I know you like your zombie movies. You know, it's not a zombie movie per se, but it follows some beats of zombie movies, kind of like how people say 28 Days Later isn't a zombie movie, it's just people infected with this rage disease. And yeah, it's easily one of the most depraved movies out there, but not like a Serbian film depraved, just nasty, you know?
Yeah.
I would recommend this one to people, but I wouldn't recommend like Human Centipede to people, you know?
Yeah, I'm the same. I would recommend, even though I might not have sold it to people who squeamish, but it is a good film. I think you just need what you need. You see what you need to see, you know?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Right. First up for me is one of my favourites from Brian Yuzna, and I've got Society. Society is about this teen who lives in like this upper class community. Doesn't really fit in. His friends, his girlfriends, his parents, his girlfriends. He's only got one, by the way. He hasn't got multiple.
He's a good-looking bloke, though. He's from Baywatch.
I know he's upper class, right?
Yeah.
Baywatch.
Yeah, he was. He's Billy Warlock from Baywatch.
Oh, he really was he?
Yeah.
Right. God, I didn't know. All right, I thought you were making like a handsome joke, you know?
No, he's a super handsome lifeguard.
Yeah, God, he is handsome, isn't he? Jesus Christ. Yeah, so like I said, his friends, his girlfriend, his parents, they all seem to be part of something that he's not involved in. And he knows something's off with this society and he starts to go against everyone. And that's where bad things start to happen. And it's a body horror, and it is one of the worst body horrors. Now, I wouldn't say the majority of the film is disturbing. It's what the film leads into and where it ends up going. There are bits that trickle through the film, so it's basically a body horror sex cult orgy thing.
My favourite kind.
Oh, it's the only kind of orgy you need to be involved in. But where this film goes, oh my God, you know, I watched this film for the first time maybe about 5 years ago, right, when it was released on Arrow Video, and oh my God, I was not expecting this film to go where it went. Nobody talks about this film enough. But I don't want to go into too much detail about the ending because it is the ending, but that's where the disturbing and disgusting things start to happen. But yeah, everyone in this small upper class community are part of this body horror sex cult orgy thing.
Yeah.
And oh my god, Jenks, how do I even explain what happens in that orgy? It's just nuts. They all kind of blend together in
Yeah.
this one big mush pile.
Yeah, it's a really good practical effect. There's one scene in it that the best describe. Have you seen Ace Ventura? Obviously, you must have. Pet
Yeah,
Detective.
yeah, yeah.
No, when he's using his ass, I'd like to ask you a question. You know the bit I'm on about. I
Oh
think
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that must be from Society because there's literally that comes to life what Jim Carrey
Yeah,
does
yeah,
in
yeah.
that scene.
You've got the head in the ass, like.
Yeah,
But that aside, now it does play like this disgusting movie, but it's a great social commentary on the upper class and what goes on behind closed doors. And it's a good story about an outsider trying to fit in a society he doesn't really belong in. This is a standout movie for me. I think it's fantastic. It's got great practical effects. And this is a must watch for fans of disgusting horror movies.
yes, and yes, like I think the orgy is a bit like a P Diddy after party, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't think it gets that disgusting, to be honest. There's
Awesome.
there's no baby oil to be seen in this film.
Yes, I love that film. I saw it years
Yeah,
ago, and I
it's
wouldn't
so
mind
good.
rewatching it because it's really far out.
Next
I
time you're up, Jenks, I'll chuck it on.
Yes, we will. Right, my next pick is one of your favorite films. It's not one of my favorite films, but I will put it on because I will put it in my list because I'm pretty outnumbered. It's Terrifier 3. It's the only Terrifier I've seen. It's the only Terrifier I want to see. I have respect for it to a certain degree because I love it. Only cost 2 million and it's made close to 90 million now. I checked this
Yeah,
morning
oh my god.
as of recording this video. I love the fact it's made so much money, and I'm guessing he
It's a great
obviously
thing for horror in there.
well, yes, 2 million is pennies for horror, and you're talking like something like low budget like Talk to Me still cost I think much more than maybe 10, 12, 15
Yeah, yeah,
million,
I
or
think
maybe
so.
more.
Around that mark.
Either way, I'm guessing Damien Leone, who made it, he's written it, he directed it. I'm guessing he produced it. He probably fucking edited it. He's getting so much money from this film. He must be making at least 50 million.
Yeah, gotta be.
And yeah, it's a great success story. But this disgusting element, again, I'm coming from a non-fan of it. I know I'm outnumbered, so that's why sure I'm willing to take the hit. But there are scenes in this that are so horrifying. Especially the scene where the witch, the zombie bride woman, whatever the hell she is kind of masturbating with a piece of glass.
The glass debater.
The glass debate. Do you come up with that? No, I don't think.
No, 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 no. I didn't.
Too
I'm not
good for
that
you.
clever.
No. Yeah, and it's you don't actually see it. It's just up her dress and there's blood coming out. So it's not as quite as horrific as Exorcist, really. I think Exorcist scene with the crucifix is more horrifying, but it's kind of an original thing to do with a piece of glass. But the scene with the famous shower scene is horrible with the naked guy,
Oh
and you
my
can see his
god.
balls getting chopped off.
Yeah.
But
The leg
yeah,
as well, when his leg goes, that's my biggest thing. I hate broken bones or like anything to do with like detachments.
yeah,
Oh,
I'm very squeamish with anything to do with genitals and down that region.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I always tighten up, but it's a disgusting film. I'm not a big fan of it. I think it's disgusting for the sake of disgusting. I don't really like art's bag of tricks. I like baddies to either have a specific weapon or to use the environment. So if you happen to be in like a factory and there's a crusher machine, I don't know what a crusher machine does, use that. But yeah, I it is disgusting. I was there when I watched it in the cinema. I know you loved it. I was kind of braced for it to be disgusting, and I was ready to take it. So it wasn't as bad as I thought, but maybe because I was ready for it, if that makes sense. I had my shield up.
Yeah, of
Um,
course. If you went in, maybe Terrifier 3 wasn't as well known as it is,
yeah,
and you didn't know what to expect, then maybe it would have hit you harder. But
yeah,
yeah, of course, I did the same thing. I went into cinema to see it, and I knew they were going to top the last two.
yeah.
That's what happens in it. You make another one, and then you top what you did in the last one. You could have given a bit more praise, Jenks, if you're going to pick it. Like,
Well,
I hate this film. I don't like his bag of tricks. I don't like the kills. I don't like the gore.
Okay, I don't really like it, but I will highly recommend it to fans of Extreme Gore and Art the Clown. I love Art the Clown, but I think the best thing about it was his partner in crime, the witch. Her
She was
makeup
good.
was top notch. I didn't know much about Art the Clown watching it. So when I saw a shot of that zombie, I thought it was Art the Clown without his makeup. I thought he was
Okay.
some kind of monster with his teeth. But turns out no, that it was his
Yeah.
girlfriend or whatever.
I disagree on the being gory for the sake of being gory. I think it plays it perfectly for the type of film it is, and because art is so entertaining, I feel like that takes away from how nasty the film is, because you just kind of enjoy seeing Art do these things because he's such an entertaining character.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like if it was just a regular man doing this and killing people, it would be more effective. But Art is so comedic, I think it does take away from how nasty the film is. But I enjoy, this is the kind of gore that I enjoy. Do you know what I mean? When you can have fun with it.
That's why I put it on the list, because I know I'm outnumbered. So I am recommending it, but not for me.
But not for me.
Yeah, what's your second pick?
Right, so my next pick, now this one may be subjective. It isn't one that shows up on lists for the most disgusting movies ever made.
Terrifier 2?
It's subjective to myself because of what I don't like and what I find sick. But I've got James Gunn's Slither. Now, this one for me is disgusting because I hate slimy stuff. I hate slugs. I hate leeches.
You hate tomato sauce?
Yeah,
ketchup.
exactly. Anything wet and slimy, get it away from me. So when this one came out, I think 2006, 2009, 2006 maybe.
Good research there, Curtis.
I know, it's the only thing I didn't do, man.
Google. Oh, no, it's too hard. Alexa, I haven't got time to ask Alexa. I got a video to make.
I ran out of time. Yeah, so when this came out, I was relatively young, and even back then, I'd always hated slugs and fucking leeches, anything slimy, right? So when I first watched it, I hated it in the best way possible. It's always one that's kind of made my stomach go. But it's basically about this small town in South Carolina that gets overrun with this leech-like parasite from space. Grant, played by Michael Rooker, he plays this small business owner, and he's basically the one that uncovers this parasite that's fallen to Earth in the woods. And the movie goes from there then, and he kind of gets the brunt of it. And these parasites start overtaking the town and turning people into these zombies, zombies. Kind of like, it's a lot like David Cronenberg's, oh my God, what's it called?
Are you talking about Rabid?
Rabid and Shivers. Yes, very much like Shivers, but a lot more comedic. It's not as nasty as that one.
Yeah, it's got a Tremors vibe to it, isn't it?
Yes. What's more disgusting about this one, though, is Michael Rooker's transformation into this monster. It is just horrible. Every time he comes back on screen, he's got a new bump and lump, and his fucking limbs are all stretched and horrible. And the practical effects are amazing. I love this film so much. It does feel like a fun zombie George Romero throwback type movie. It doesn't take itself too seriously. You've got that massive bloated woman in the flipping barn. There's so many disgusting moments in this movie. I rewatched it again maybe a few months ago, and it holds up well. It's got some shoddy special effects.
Yeah.
But this is always one that turns my stomach just because of the brilliant body horror and those red little fuckers.
Yeah, I know you hate like slime and sauce and stuff, and I just wonder, like, if you were in like Return of the Living Dead and Tam Man was coming at you after your brain, you'd be like, oh, do you know what, I don't care about the brain, but you're so black and slimy, fuck off. Fucking gross, just eat me quick.
That's what we were watching Strangers Chapter 1, and all the violence is fine. The second he's eating that burger and he's got sauce all over his mouth, I'm like, tell me when it's over.
I know, it's my
jumper over my face.
I'm exactly the same with drain hair. It's fucking disgusting. I watched this in the cinema when it came out. The only reason I jumped on it is because the marketing said from the writer of Dawn of the Dead remake. And I was and I didn't, obviously James Gunn wasn't a big name then, so
Yeah, of
He was
course.
just like using Dawn of the Dead to promote it. I'm not a massive fan of it, but I have only seen it once, so maybe I'll go back to it. But yeah,
It's aged really well, Jenks.
yeah, I'll give it a go. Right, our last pick is a shared pick. Only because we like to do 5. It's better than doing just 4
Yeah.
or
Makes
6.
the
Doesn't
capper
look
off a
good.
5.
So is our shared pick. It just so happens to be one of our favorite ever zombie movies, and it's Peter Jackson's disgustingly brilliant Braindead. Yes.
Yes, as you can see from my surroundings, this is one of my favourite movies of all time, and it is by far, and I genuinely think it is the most disgusting movie ever
Oh,
made.
easily.
Easily, there's so many scenes in this movie, right, that still to this day, after hundreds of times watching it, still make my stomach go. But it's basically about this guy called Lionel who lives with his mother. He's a bit of a mammy's boy. And his mother gets bitten by a rat monkey.
Rat
What's it called? A
monkey.
Somalian rat monkey, right?
Yes.
This rat monkey is from Skull Island, right? So the movie starts, and you've got these guys who work for this zoo in New Zealand. They steal this rat monkey to take back to the zoo. And Lionel gets this date, and he takes her to the zoo, and being a mammy's boy, his mother doesn't like any attention off her. She follows him to the zoo and ends up getting bitten by this rat monkey. She starts to turn into this disgusting zombie.
So disgusting.
And Lionel isn't ready to let his mother go, kill her, bury her. He's trying his best to keep her alive. But as he keeps her alive, the bodies start to stack up along the film. Jenks, if you want to kick off with some of the most disgusting scenes in this movie.
Well, it's probably the meal bit which we talk about a lot when they have
pudding.
Yeah, he's making custard and her ear falls off.
Rich and creamy, just the way I like it.
Into the custard, and she's eating her own ear. There's blood squirts out into the other guy's custard, and Lionel sees it, but the guy doesn't. He's eating his custard, and that's quite messy. That's an awesome scene, but the one that I love, and it's such a good practical effect, like there's carnage towards the end with the lawnmower. It's very Evil Dead-esque, but the small scenes, the bit where he's having the head comes off, he's having sex with her, and the head keeps flopping back and forth. It's so clever.
It's the nurse. Do you know that for me, it's the pudding scene and that scene are the worst, right? Because, like I've said at the start of this video, I hate food, right? I've got a fear of food, anything horrible, sloppy, slimy. And it's the scene where they're all eating, and the nurse, her head keeps flopping back, and he's flipping feeding her through her neck hole. And
that's what I was thinking of,
oh my God! And then one of the oh God, what was one of the gang members who gets killed in the graveyard. He's one of the zombies now, and he rams the spoon through his throat, and it comes out of the back of his head, and it's got all gunk on it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it is such a disgusting movie. But disgustingness aside, it's one of the best zombie movies of all time, gents.
And I think we should definitely do a full video on this.
We will definitely do a full video.
It's too good. Yeah.
Do you know another scene that kills me as well, when his mother eats Paquita's dog. Your mother ate my dog, and he goes, well, not all of it. And the bit where he's pulling the tail out of her head.
Yeah.
Oh my
gross.
God.
I know.
I don't know how they pulled those effects off, how they made them look so horrible without actually doing those acts.
It is pretty special, and I think that's why the guy went on to make Lord of the Rings, because they could see this guy is special.
It's pure talent in it.
Yes. Right, those are our picks. If you enjoy horror, enjoy ranking reviews, please subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.